Applying for jobs in Germany is not like US, India, or anywhere else. The process, the documents, even the way the HR looks at your application, it's completely different. And if you don't get it right, you will keep getting rejection after rejection. That can be very frustrating, demotivating, and for many people it even leads to entirely giving up altogether. I have studied here and worked in the past at Bosch, Mercedes-Benz, and now I work as an engineer at Porsche. Along the way, I learned exactly what works when applying for jobs in Germany, and I want to share those lessons with you today. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to find jobs in Germany, how to structure your application documents the German way, navigate the application process and interviews, and also to finally negotiate your salary and to stay persistent despite the setback. I've also linked a free German CV and an application template below. That's the exact template that I have used successfully, and you can download it, adapt it, and use it as your own reference for applications here in Germany. Let's start with the basics. Where do you actually find jobs in Germany? Here are the most popular platforms ranked by how widely they are used today. Number one is LinkedIn. This is number one here in Germany. It's not just global, but also the most active platform for recruiters in Germany now. Many jobs actually get posted only on LinkedIn these days. Number two is Stepstone. It is still one of the biggest dedicated job portals for professionals in Germany. And number three is Indeed. It's international. It's widely used for many different industries. And then there is Zing. This used to be a big deal in Germany, but it's now losing ground. But there are still some recruiters that are active there. Then there's also the Bundesagentur für Arbeit. The Federal Employment Agency also has a job portal which is very useful for more traditional industries or entry-level positions. Now here's my biggest tip. Don't just rely on job portals. Always check the career website of companies directly, especially the small and medium scale companies. Many of them never post their job listings on Stepstone or LinkedIn, but they only update their own website. So do a bit of internet research and you can find many of those job positions out there. And here's the strategy that worked the best for me. That is to send initiative application, or which is called Initiativebewerbungen in German. This means that you send applications even if there is no official job ad. You show the company that you are motivated, you show them why you are motivated and how you can best fit in the company culture and what roles can you actually take it in that company. Almost 50% of the jobs that I have gotten here in Germany came from doing these initiative applications. That is applying directly to the company and asking them if there is a possibility for me to join their team. In many cases, they would make an extra position just to fit you in if they find you to be a perfect fit for their company. So how do you structure your initiative application? In your cover letter, you want to explain why you're interested in that specific company, even if there is no job ad at the moment. In your CV, you want to highlight transferable skills from your previous experience or from your study program that can actually add value to the company. And you want to also always attach your certificates like a normal application, including your transcripts, all your work experience, and so on. This approach works especially well in German companies, especially small and medium companies that value proactivity. If you show initiative, you stand out immediately from the herd. And here's my pro tip: to research the companies that you want to work for. Do a bit of Google research, check their career pages, and send your application, including initiative applications, directly to the companies. And you'd be really surprised how many doors this can open for you. Now let's talk about language. The question that I hear the most: do I need German to get a job in Germany? And the answer is it depends. It depends on the industry and the company. Here are some cases where German is not strictly required. If you're working in IT and software development, especially in big cities like Berlin, Munich, or Frankfurt, if you're working in research roles in international teams, or if you're working in large MNCs like Amazon or some global consulting firms. There are also some startups that work entirely in English, but in most other roles, especially in small and medium scale companies, or if you are working in customer facing jobs, if you are working in consulting, sales, HR or administration, you need to be able to speak German, and their German becomes really essential to get a job. So what can you do? I would suggest you to improve your German step by step. Here are some of the resources that I can recommend in order to learn German faster. Number one is Pimsleur. Pimsleur language program is great for speaking practice on the go. It is great for people who learn faster by listening to text and audio. I have personally found it really beneficial to accelerate my German speaking skills. There are also apps like Babbel and Duolingo that help you learn in a structured way. You can also go to bigger institutions like Goethe or the Volkshochschule if you are somebody who prefers like a formal language school or learning in a big group. Or you can also use Tandem app, where you can connect with German speakers who want to learn English or other language and have an exchange practice with them. And once you reach B1 or B2, start practicing business German. Things like writing emails, small talk in a meeting, and professional vocabulary. That's what really makes a difference in the workplace. Every German application is built on three key elements. Number one is the cover letter, which is called Anschreiben in German, the CV, which is called the Lebenslauf in German, and the certificates, which are called the Zeugnisse. Now let's go through each. Number one, the cover letter. A couple of points to remember when preparing your cover letter are: keep it no longer than one page. You want to also address the HR by name if possible, that is if you see their name in the job listing. Also tailor the cover letter to the company. Never send a generic letter or like a copy paste letter. Also don't write fluff like I'm highly motivated. Instead, you want to show motivation by connecting your skills to the job profile or the requirements that have been mentioned in the job. And the general structure that you want to follow is intro, why the company, then you want to follow the body, which is the skills and the experience that connect you, and then the closing, which is your availability, as well as like a thank you note. The second most important document is the CV, which is called Lebenslauf in German. A proper German CV is maximum 2 pages long, and it's structured in a reverse chronological order. That means your recent experience and educational qualification will come first, followed by the previous one. You want to also include a professional photo. It's a standard in Germany, and you can go online and see how to click a Lebenslauf build or a CV photo so that you have a professional picture for your CV. Or go to your local photographer and ask them to make you a Lebenslauf build for you. Or you can also do it at home, standing in a professional attire against a white background. I think if you do a little bit of editing, you can have a really good professional photo for your CV. Then you also want to have a very clear structure. That means you start with your profile, then your experience, your education, skills, and then language. You want to keep it clean and factual. Clearly avoid Europass formats, any skill bubbles, and too many colors. Most internationals use overcrowded or very creative layouts, and most German recruiters, they really want clarity. They spend less than 60 seconds in scanning your CV, so if it's not crisp and factual and really up to the point, they might not consider you, even if you are perfectly qualified for that position, if your CV is completely unstructured. And again, if you want a ready to use template, the link to my CV template is in the description. Click on the link below and you can have a ready to use CV template for Germany. Certificates or Zeugnisse, these are critical in Germany. You want to always attach your degree certificates, your transcript of records, and your work experiences, called Arbeitszeugnisse in Germany. You have to merge them into one single PDF file and keep the size under 2 to 3 MB. If you have a foreign degree that needs recognition, you should check out the Anabin database to ensure that your qualification has a German equivalent and is recognized here in Germany. You can find the link to that as well below in the description. So together, these three elements form a complete German application. Most applications these days are digital, so prepare a single PDF file with all the documents. That includes your cover letter, your CV, and your certificate, unless if the portal asks you to upload these documents separately. Then comes the application process. So how does the application process work after you have submitted your documents? There are 5 different phases to the application process. Step 1, you send in your tailored application after analyzing the job ad and curating your application based upon that. Then in step 2, many companies use online tests or assessments. These might check logical reasoning, technical knowledge, or language. If you pass, you are invited to the interview rounds, usually 1 to 2 interviews. Then some companies, especially larger ones, also use group assessment or assessment centers with case studies, presentations, or like a teamwork task. The final stage is salary negotiation. When it comes to salary, always do your research. You can use websites like Kununu, Glassdoor, or Gehalt.de to check typical ranges, and don't just give like one number. You can offer a range that's more realistic for your job and experience. And a pro tip here would be to apply as early as possible when you see the job. Many companies shortlist way before the deadline, so the earlier you apply, the higher the chances are of you being selected and then being called for a job interview. Now let's break down the German job interview. Most German interviews follow like a clear structure. It starts with a small talk and introduction, then the company presents itself, where the company introduces itself and what it does. Then comes your presentation, where you introduce and give a 3 to 4 minute summary of your CV. The interviewers ask you questions about your skills and experience, and then after that they expect you to ask them the question. So how do you prepare for an interview? My preparation tips would be to build a storyline from your CV, why you studied what you studied, why you worked at a certain company, and what skills did you gain from your previous experience. Then you can also research the department and the interviewers in advance. You can research the people who are interviewing you. You can check their LinkedIn or company profiles, and always prepare questions to ask them. You can prepare thoughtful questions to ask at the very end. For example, what does success look like in this role after 6 months? How does the team collaborate across different departments? Questions like what are the next steps after this interview? If you are asking smart questions, it shows that you are serious and you are prepared. So this is a very important step, and please do not skip it. German applications are detailed and can feel overwhelming, but if you prepare the right document, if you tailor each application and approach companies directly, you will really stand out. Rejections are normal even with a perfect application, so do not take that personally. Every application that you send, it will build your experience and it will improve your chances. And remember that if I could start here as a student and make my way into Bosch, Mercedes, Fraunhofer, and now work for Porsche, you can do it too. If you found this helpful, you can download the free application template that I have linked below. It's exactly the format that I have used in my own application as well as many of my friends, and have found success. And if you want more step-by-step resources like this, you can subscribe for future videos, and good luck with your applications.